Welcome to Shadowmatch. Shadowmatch measures habits. Habits define who we are, how we work, how we learn, and how we relate to others. By knowing and understanding your habits and the habits of others, a world of possibilities opens up. The Shadowmatch worksheet is how the habits are measured. Any system administrator can invite individuals to complete the Shadowmatch worksheet. Once they've completed the worksheet, you would have access to their unique habit map. This data is then linked to the Shadowmatch system. The system has amazing functionalities that help you to make that data become actionable, valuable, and alive. Let's go and take a look. Your first screen is the information center, or the roadmap of all of the Shadowmatch functionalities and applications you have access to. Each of the sections would focus on a specific functionality. If you open it up, you'll see there's a video explaining exactly how it works, so the theory behind it, as well as the system navigation guiding you of where to click and where to find everything you need on the system. Feel free to click around and learn. Going to the system, you'll see you would also have access to a need help library of resources. This is amazing resources, everything from short little videos explaining how to click and where to find things on the system, all the way to in-depth learning about specific theories and principles part of the Shadowmatch system. Now, on the system, practically, you can create your organogram or the structure of the roles, functions, and jobs within your organization. You do this by clicking on Create Sub-Entity. This would create a file like this, and you would call it the name you call the job or function in your organization. Once you've created this, you can then invite any individuals to complete the worksheet by clicking on Send Worksheet Invitations, either here or in your left side menu. You can invite individuals or send bulk invites to large numbers of individuals. You simply complete the details of the individual to send them the worksheet invitation. You'll see you'll be asked to mark the type of the individual. This should reflect their engagement with your organization. Are they currently applying for the role? Are they already employed in that specific role? Or are they one of the top performers in this position? Meaning, are they one of the individuals already performing in this specific function? So you want to mark them as a benchmark individual. Whichever type you selected does not at all influence the worksheet. It's always exactly the same worksheet. This is purely showing the system where they should mark this individual or slot the individuals in your list of individuals. At any point, you can change the type of an individual. Let's say individual currently employed becomes a top performer. Then you can select that individual. And then from your actions button, change their type. You can then, in this scenario, add them to the Shadowmatch benchmark to make them a benchmark individual or an applicant or any of the roles according to your needs. You also have the option to archive any old data you no longer have access to. You would select the individual, archive them, and they would be added to your list of archived individuals. Now, the go-to button for you on the system is your actions button. You can select any individuals, and you would see if you click on the actions button, let's just select a few individuals. If you click on this button here, it would open up a list of many functions that you can choose from. Something like adding to a team. If you want to combine data, you can choose the option to say add to team. You can then add to an existing team you've already created on the system or create a new team for the specific individuals. Now, your teams would be shown at the top. Here's your Shadowmatch teams. Here you would have access to all of the data you've combined in team format. Any reports you want access to, you can find it directly on the results of an individual. So let's say this individual, I open up the results and I scroll down. You'll see there's a bunch of buttons opening up specific reports, great reports like the interview pack, PDPs, work match report, matching report. All of these reports have great value and great resources explaining you to exactly when to use them, but you can find them at the bottom of the results page or in the side menu below the individual's name. Now, if you use the system for various products, so you might be using Shadowmatch alongside Skills Grid and Stress Mapper, you would see you would have filters. Now, when you're focusing in on a specific product, you simply select that filter. In this case, I've selected Stress Mapper, and all of the actions and everything would then be linked to that specific product. So worksheet invitations I'm sending would then be Stress Mapper worksheet invitations, and the data reflects my Stress Mapper data. On your left main menu, you would see you have options like stats, looking at your usage, option to export data, or search for any individuals in your organization. You always have access to your information center to go and learn and understand a specific application as you start working through the system functionalities and linking it to your organization's needs. Enjoy.